Hello, lovely viewers. I welcome you to today's edition of the Rising Youth Talk Show with me, Tete Mante Albert, your host. I can do it all the time. You can call me Grandpa, and I will respond to you anytime, any day, any moment. And on the Rising Youth Talk Show today, I have with me a wonderful man. I mean, even looking at him, you can see
Wow.
that brightness. And you can't sit with this man and feel bored. No. It won't happen. And the reason is because this man is a talented, creative comedian. But not just a comedian, he is a golfer, like a mini golfer. And he has gone into the international world with his game in sports, I mean the mini golf game. And he's doing great. And today I'm here to probe him, get to know more about him. Let's get into his life, see where he started from, where he has got into it, where he's going with this career in comedy and in mini golf. Today I'm talking with no other person than Mr. Enoch Nyarko, who happens to be a mini golfer for Ghana. Mr. Nyarko, you're welcome to the Rising Youth Talk Show.
Thank you very much, and it's a very much privilege to be on this show. I've been wanting to come on this show, and
Really?
today has been a reality.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You've always wanted to come
Oh,
on this
seriously,
show?
I've been wanting to come on this show, and today has been the reality.
Wow. We are happy to have, extend our invitation to you to be here. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Well, what should my wonderful viewers watching now, what should they expect today on the show?
Okay, so what I'll say is that today the viewers should expect the best, should expect the true Enoch. Now people know me, but they don't know me. So today I'm going to be open, so they should expect the best from me.
I'm going to clarify this. When he said that people know him, but they don't know him. I know you are wondering why I mentioned the name Enoch Nyarko. He goes by the name Tiger. That's what you know. So that's one thing you didn't know. His real name is Enoch Nyarko, and we're going to know more about all this golfing, where he passed, those who serve him, and Aramba.
Yep.
All those who serve
Yeah.
him.
That's it.
Plus all the attachments with it.
Yep.
Let's get into the story. Let's get to know you from your basic, from your background. You can give us a brief one, then we get into the conversation for today.
Okay, so thank you very much for the intro. So as you stated, my name is Enoch Nyarko,
Yeah.
and I'm popularly known as Tiger. See, the Tiger was given to me by some of my friends. They saw me to be like Tiger Woods.
I was going to ask that. Did you got the name from Tiger Woods because you played golf?
Yes,
Or-
yes. It's from Tiger Woods. So now, back in junior high school, I was this free person who don't like, I like speaking with people, I like being in touch with people. So
What is this junior high school?
So-
if you can mention the name.
Okay, so I started junior high school in the Tema, St. Lawson Junior High School.
Okay.
And the very first time I got into the school, I love being with friends. I love being with new people. So I met these new friends, and they like buying food, buying this. My mom would just give me 2 CDs for school, but they will come and be buying certain things. I was like, hey guys, so where do you guys get money? You have to show me. They were like, oh, we have been going to golf, carrying the bags of these big people. And I was like, wow, you guys can show me. Let's go. I want to
You want
also
to
do
be
something
part, okay.
and make money. So when I started going with them, I think they were doing the caddy. They called something the caddy.
Caddy, okay.
Yes. So, but I fell in love with the game. I wanted to do the game.
Okay.
So I started working for like.
So
how
though
to play.
you went in with the intention of a caddy,
Yeah.
but you ended up loving the game.
Loving the game. So
Okay.
I started learning the game. So
That was in JHS.
That was in JHS. So by 4 or 5 months, I became a very good golfer. So one way or the other, my first competition I played, that was the Caddies tournament in 2012. I topped all of them, and everybody was surprised. Like, this guy just came recently, and because I came to love the game, I didn't come purposely for the money.
We will come into the game.
Yeah.
I know my viewers are interested in where you're going now,
Yeah.
but let's hold on.
Okay.
Let's come to family.
Okay, family.
Let's see where it all started from. Then when we enter into the game, we talk about all the tournaments you've been in and the achievements you've chalked so far. But then let's look at the basics from family. How was growing up with family like?
Wow. So this is something that mostly I don't want to bring out, but today because I said I'm going to be open, it's something that I'm going to also let people know how family life was. So I was with my mom in Kumasi.
Okay.
That was when I was in class 6, class 5. And there was one day my mom, I went out and I didn't come early. So this woman would see anything in the kitchen and would want to do it to me. Oh. So she quit me. And I said something. First time I come and Papa. I didn't know my dad by then. So when I said that, she also got angry. The next day, she took me to Accra, met my dad. And I was like...
Was that the first time you met your dad?
Yeah, that was the first time I met my dad. After, I think, when I was 2 years old, my mom told me we left the village where my dad was to Kumasi. So I didn't know my dad. I didn't even have a picture of him. So that very time when I told my mom I want to see my dad, my mom sent me to Accra to meet my dad. So I met my dad. I loved him because he was a young guy. So I loved to be with him. And I think I stayed with him for a year and 5 months and he passed on. So he passed on after a year and some few months.
How old were you then?
I was around 2012, I was around, would it be 14, 15, 13, 14.
Okay, that was 2012.
Yeah, 2012.
Oh, okay.
I might not be right, but I think 13, 14.
Okay. All right. So after his demise, what transpired?
So now after he demised, that is when life started. I have to stay alone. My mom told me to come back to Kumasi to stay with him. I was like, no. I had to stay with her. I was like, no, I want to be in Accra. I want to be on my own. So I was staying on my own, and that is where life started. Now family will tell you, oh, you're very sure. You understand? That family, after the funeral, they were like, oh, you're very sure, but I didn't really receive that. So I started doing that, hustling. Whatever I would do that is positive and will bring money, that is what I was also trying to do. So I went to the caddying. Was
that the first job you had after that passed away?
Yeah, I was just being a caddy.
Okay.
That was carrying bag for. So there was one time I even carried a bag for Sam Jonah, Dr. Sam Jonah.
Yeah.
Yes, I've also carried a bag for this Ochehine.
Okay.
Yes. So and Dakiwad Mills to have also been his front caddy. So that was the job that I was doing, carrying bag for people. And there was one time that I was working with one man I don't know, I didn't know from anywhere. He just came and I have to work for him. So he asked me about my background and he got touched and he was like, I'm going to help you in school.
What's his name?
He is Mr. Popra, Joshua Popra.
Mr. Joshua Popra,
Yeah.
okay. He's also a golfer, right?
He's also a golfer and a businessman as well. So, and after he said that, some few months later, I got touched. I wanted to just write something to bands about golf. I want to enter into the game, and that is where.
But within this moment, what happened to school?
I was doing school. I was in junior high. I was doing school/golf.
Okay.
Because now before I can pay something or I can buy food, I have to do what? Come and work. So I was doing school. Sometimes I'll run from school and go and do caddying. Especially sometimes on Tuesdays normally I have a master who comes on Tuesday to play golf.
Okay.
So Tuesday I have to run from school and go and play caddy.
That's when you get a huge tip.
Yes, I'll get a tip, so I have to go.
Okay, so it's necessary. So
Yes.
how was his help? I mean,
it was massive. So he even told me, Enoch, I don't want to see you here every week. Come to the caddy master and take your weekly money from him.
wow.
So that was something that I was like, wow. So that was...
He stopped you from being a caddy?
He stopped me from being a caddy. I think I was in JHS2 or JHS2, JHS3. So he was like, you have some few days to write your BC. Stop this caddying job. Every week, come here, come and take your weekly money for school.
That really helped.
Yes, that really helped. So I started concentrating on my books than the money.
So after that, after JHS, he pushing you to did he continue through senior high?
Yes, he did. He continued me through senior high. After JHS, he asked me which school, and I was like, oh, I'm going to college. He was like, oh, okay. So do you want to go?
So you came back to
back to Kumasi. I wanted to come back to Kumasi because my friends, mostly we are influenced by friends.
Yeah.
See, my friends wanted to also come to Kumasi. They haven't been in Kumasi, so they wanted to come to Kumasi. And I was like, okay, then let me join you guys. Let's go back to Kumasi. So we all came back to Kumasi to also school.
To school.
Yeah.
All right, lovely viewers. This conversation is getting interesting, but I want to remind you that we are here at Pep Fresh Yogurt Bar and Lounge inside Amekom Kumasi, and Pep Fresh has everything yogurt, everything that you need to quench that thirst. So you can walk in anytime, any day, and Pep Fresh is ready to serve you. And you can see we have hours to enjoy. So walk in and don't miss it. Let's get the conversation going. Mr. Nyarko, so what happened in SS?
So
that was SH2, right?
college, yeah.
SH2, okay.
So secondary school was massive. It was really, and before I was going to secondary school, before I started secondary school, I did something. When I was going, I wrote a letter to Ethel, and also Universal Merchant Bank.
Now Ethel Tigo.
Yes, and Merchant Bank to sponsor me in golf. I did that with just writing with my hands, no typing, and I just sent them.
But by then, were you then a trained golfer?
I wasn't
to have written to them.
I wasn't a trained golfer, but I was learning from what I see. We the caddies, we see the professionals playing, so we normally learn. Yes, a professional is a caddy, was once a caddy.
Oh,
so before you can be a professional, you have to go through that terrain of being a caddy, because these are people who really know the game. So I wasn't a trained golfer, I was just a junior golfer who plays junior events.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wrote something before I started secondary school.
But before writing to them, had you then, attempt any competition for them to have noticed you to consider the sponsorship?
Before that, I played in 2012. In 2012, when I started caddying in 2012, that very year, I got a chance to play the junior caddies competition, which was sponsored by Cowboy, and I was crowned the first person. Wow. So that made people.
That was in 2012.
2012. People were like, "Wow, this guy who just came, like that kind of news." And back then, my friends or my guys in Accra, we don't really travel to Kumasi to play events.
Okay.
So in 2012 was the Asantehene Championship in Kumasi, Golf Club. And I told my friends, I want to go. So
you took part in the tournament.
Yes, I came to Kumasi to take part in the tournament. Nobody sponsored me. Back when I was coming, nobody sponsored me. My boss loves education. He doesn't love, even though he plays golf. But when I say golf, Daddy give me money to. No.
Education
he
first.
Like education.
Okay.
So I came. I didn't mind anybody. I came and I won the competition. Yeah. So that is my mom's great achievement. My mom's great achievement is she was able to shake the king.
Okay, of the 2-4. You were able to shake a 2-4.
Yes, so she don't want me to stop playing golf because of that.
Oh wow!
Because she shared the king when I took my trophy. So normally she always talk about hey golf, golf yeah, and I was like, Mom, we use school,
okay.
You understand? So when I came, I won the competition. So I came back to Tema, and that is where people started like getting to know me more. So when I wrote the letter, I attached all these things. I won Cowboy in 2012. I won the Asantehene Juniors event, and also I won one West African Ladies Championship, which had a category of juniors, and I won the juniors as well. That same 2012.
Coming in West African.
That's West African Ladies Championship.
Ladies. So how then do you find yourself in
now,
the ladies?
in golf, when you are playing men's championship,
okay,
there's a ladies category. When they are playing ladies.
So though the title is ladies, there's a men category in there.
For it.
Okay.
Yes, and I also won the Tigo Tema Open, sponsored by Tigo, that same year. So that same year, I almost won all the junior events.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So people began to know me. I remember when we were going to play the Tema Open, we the juniors who were going, we had sponsors from so many people, including Dr. Sam Jonah.
Okay.
We went to him and he gave us money to also use it too. So that very year was a very good year for me. So before I started secondary school, when I wrote the letter to Merchant Bank and Ethel, I had a call from Merchant Bank when I was in school. I was very lucky. The very day I on my phone,
That was when the
I
call came.
received a call that very day. So they were like, this is blah 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 from a Universal Merchant Bank. You want to meet? So the next day I told one of my friends, can you give me 50 Ghana? I want to go back to Accra. And that's when.
So how could you win all these trophies and you're still looking for transportation to Accra?
No.
It's surprising.
Yes.
Or the trophies didn't come with any cash
So
reward.
in the junior category, we don't really impose money or like make you a money type.
Oh, okay.
You only get money in golf when you are a professional. Even when you're an amateur player, they give you, let's say, home theater, this kind of stuff, the trophies.
Okay.
But when you become a professional, you even lose a competition, you get money.
Okay.
So I didn't get money, like I wasn't having money then. So when I had a call, so that means I have to come to UNB and also speak with them, and it was really impressive and massive.
Were they able to sign you on?
Yes, they signed me on. They signed me on for 3 good years.
Okay.
Yes, and
that was for your senior high education?
That wasn't for my senior high education.
Okay.
That was for golf.
Oh, okay.
That was for golf.
But the one you wrote to Tigo?
Yes.
For
Tigo was also for golf. I was writing to them for golf only. Golf only. So I didn't get a call from Tigo, but I had a call from
Universal Merchant
Bank. And
okay.
3 years in the golfing industry, they helped me through. Even when I buy water, they have to buy it for me. It was really massive. That was the very days I really enjoyed.
How did the second cycle end? Were you able to complete or say to two?
Okay, I was able to complete. One thing about me was I didn't like school.
Because of the love for the game or generally?
I don't even know, but I felt I'm schooling for mommy and some few people.
Personally,
I didn't like school because I got to know that I'll finish school, I'll go and play golf. But there was one day that my boss told me that the golf course will be there forever, so you can go and come back and play golf. Wow. So go to school. Then he's one person who always said my mind. Yes, especially I would say there are sometimes that I will move from school and let's say travel to not Tema but a different golf course to go and play golf. And he will get it at information that I came there to play. Enoch, I learned you were in Accra playing golf. Go back to school. So
he was strict on you to.
He was strict on me
catch your education.
To catch my education.
That was great.
That was
what wonderful viewers. This discussion, I'm loving it. But the show is still brought to you by Pep Fresh Yogurt Bar and Lunch inside Ameko and supported by Oyos Fast Food, Catering Bespoke, Kakigraphy, and Patido Beauty Salon, which is also in Ameko. The conversation is getting interesting. You can put up your comments and be part of the discussion. So now, how did comedy came into the scene with all the startup with golf? I mean, you love golf, started as a caddy, then all of a sudden comedy, what happened?
Okay, so comedy is something I like. I like acting. Before I even got the love for the golf, I had acting as my profession, something that I want to do when I grow up.
Okay.
So, and when I started listening to Kenny Black and also Basket Mouth of Nigeria, I fell in love with their comic, how they do stage comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I'm on stage, I do this kind of Nigerian way of talking. Because I fell in love with their comic, and this is one thing that I love and I always want to do.
After picking this comedy, I saw you feature certain movies on campus. Can you share a few with us? You've been with your comedy.
Yes. So I think the first campus movie that I got in touch with was The Vetting Room.
The Vetting Room. Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, the Vetting Room.
The Vetting Room. So this was. Let me give a thumbs up to Kwadwo Brantier. He's my #1 director. So So last
Like,
year,
let me say this, viewers, watch out for Kojo Abrante. He's a serious director
serious.
coming up from, how do I put it, from the youngsters. I mean, he's rising up.
The youngest director.
If you are young out there and you do script writing and you want to venture into movie and you're considering a director, I'm recommending Kojo Abrante to you. You can hit me up and I'll give you his contact and do business with him. He's a very wonderful young man. So, Kojo Abrante featured you in the vetting room.
Yes. So the very first time I met Kojo Abrante, I was like, Kojo, I have something in mind about vetting room. It was like, what do you mean by vetting room? So we sat down, and he got the idea, the concept, and he started writing something down.
Okay.
So he featured me on the vetting room, and it was really amazing.
Yeah, I have seen the video. It was awesome. I couldn't
really
stop laughing though.
Yeah, it was really
very comical.
Very comic, very comic. So that's the first video that I've been in on campus.
And is that the only video you've ever been in
No,
with your comic?
I love doing short videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, short, I have short videos. So when you go to Tiger Labs on Instagram, on IG, and also on YouTube, Tiger Labs, you get to know most of my short videos.
Short videos. Okay, now with that being said, let's come to Tesha, because with your comic, you've been known on campus for that. How did you enter into tertiary? Was it right after the SS you had your man pushing you in, or do you have to go play golf, come back again to tertiary?
Good. So after secondary school, I started working with a mini golf restaurant. So it was a restaurant, and they had a mini golf. And when I was working with him, I met Talafata. He used to be the owner of Metro TV.
Metro TV,
yes. So I met him, and we started talking about mini golf. Yeah, and he started building his own mini golf, so he wanted me to do what?
Okay.
Leave where I am and come to where he is.
His place.
His place. So I told him that I want to do a 3-year course in Master University before I can plan on that. So my boss, the one who sent me to secondary school, he's the one who said, now let's continue, let's go to tertiary. Yeah, so he's the one who brought me to
Master
University.
Wow. And you have some blessed people around you.
Oh, yes. I've been able to work with so many good people. Somebody like Bolare. Yes, I've been able to work with him through mini golfing. Also, I've been able to work with Tarafata and also his brother Fadi Fatah. So,
how was the experience with some of these people? Like, if you could share, how was the experience like? But I'll come back to tertiary because I wanted to know, whilst in tertiary and you being a golfer, was there any way you attempted a competition in the name of golf for the school? But we'll come to that one.
Okay.
So, how was the experience like with these people, like Bolare, Dark Heward Mills, all these people you've had experience to work with?
Great. So one thing now, let's move to now when you talk about experience, I will shift you a little bit to the golfing industry. Now,
okay.
I had a boss I worked with some time ago, somewhere around 2014. He was one of the politicians in Nigeria. So he came to visit the president, and he came to play golf. When he
What
came,
is his name?
I've forgotten his name.
Okay.
I was really in for the money because when he came, none of the senior caddies were around, so I was very lucky to get his back.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the very first time I caddied someone for the first to give me 100 Ghana cedis. Normally you get 20, 30, 10.
Wow.
So when he came, he gave me 100 cedis, and I bought my first my Android phone.
Oh, okay.
I bought my first Android phone.
From far, people might think, those who do caddy, following these big faces in golf, they have been taken care of well. So how could you be giving this 20 series?
Yeah. So when you caddying is a very good job. Okay. Because now your boss, if you're working with a very good boss, he might be paying you like 80 cedis, 70 cedis a day. Not even a day, some few hours. They play golf for 3 hours. So let's say you are working for 2 bosses in a day, and you are getting let's say 80 cities times 2.
Okay.
In a month, you are making more than what somebody is making. So one way or the other, they are being taken good care of.
Okay.
And also when it comes to business-wise, when you're able to give the man, boss, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm doing. I want you to help me. They help. Yes. They see that 20 cities, 30 cities should be nothing. But when you're able to give them, my boss will give me 30 cities or 20 cities when I'm working with him. Some of my friends will be like, your boss, they were in Amsan, that means he doesn't pay. But when we come to education and other things,
he has been
taken care of. There was a time that I was going to, in 2017, I had a chance to go to Croatia. He gave me money for certain things, like your feeding fee, go and buy. I was like, boss, I need new clothes. Take this money, go and buy it. You see, so aside the small money you give you, there are certain huge monies that he also give you. But when it comes to experience with these people, now one thing that there was a time that one professional I met, he was trying to get somebody to work with him, an interview session. Let's say when you are coming to work for someone, you go through an interview. He sent a person to a golf field. Now on a golf field, that's where you get to know somebody's character.
Okay.
Yes, because now you get to know if the person is an angry type, if the person is greedy, you get all those things on a golf park when you are trying to play with him. You see, because now the hole might be here and the ball might be very close to it, and you give a person a pattern to hit the ball in a hole. And let's say when you hit the ball in the hole, I'm giving you 20 cities. When a person misses the ball, the person might be angry and even break the pattern, or like you see.
That he didn't make that.
So you get to know all these things through playing golf. One thing that somebody like that keyword knows, I've never been to his church. I've never had any physical encounter with. When I go to his church, I won't meet him. But when he came to play golf, you'll be following him, and you see how nice these people are to humans.
Okay.
I got a chance to follow him when he was playing. Like he has a front caddy and a caddy who takes his back.
Okay.
See, and I got to know that this man is nice. You see, and somebody like Sam Jonas, I learned a lot leadership, a whole lot of leadership stuff from him. Because now these people will come to the golf park, and how they play, how they comport themselves, and how they talk to people. You get to know that these are people that you need to know,
need to
much
get
about them.
close to. Yeah. Now let's come to my previous question. On campus, you being a mini golfer, has there been any chance where you play in a tournament in the name of the school?
In golf, I think golf is really not known in Ghana like aside let's say football.
Okay.
Football is very known in the country, but something like golf, I faced a great challenge when I was trying to get a cover letter from the school to an embassy in 2017, 2018. I was trying to get a cover letter from the school, and because the game is not known, and because I'm not really attached to the people,
the school, sporting activities.
I had so much challenges because, like, if let's say the sporting management could be like, okay, then let's just get you a letter or something. It would have been simple. I have to pass through this, go here. Generally, before.
Do you think if you should have been in maybe soccer or any other discipline which the school is well known of, you would have gotten it easy?
I think I would have gotten it easier.
You think, or you believe that?
I believe I would have gotten it very, 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 very easier.
Okay.
Yes, I believe I would have gotten it very easier. But this, it took me some couple of days, and I even have to be here because of that. I even have to be in Kumasi house. Someone does my signature for me. I have to sign a signature video. You see, because I was trying to get that letter before I moved to. Yeah. So somebody had to fill my forms, do a signature video, and the very day I went there, they were at the embassy, and I just went to join them.
Other than that, you would have missed it.
I would have missed it. Yeah.
Wow. So what do you think should be done different now? I mean, in the brief, what do you think should be done different in our tertiary institutions as sporting is concerned?
Yes,
or as mini golf or golf itself is concerned?
Good. So now I think, and I've been able to get in touch with some few people that are into different kind of sports activities on campus. I have a friend who is this wrestling. I don't know. It's not a wrestling like those wrestling people, but
Okay.
they are into this kind of hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's hand wrestlers.
Yes, hand wrestling. He has been going for competitions, but he's not really known.
No.
And I have a friend who is now at Tech. He's now at Tech. He used to be an ACA student here, but one thing that made him stop is he didn't even stop, but the school because of his fees matters, he has to withdraw. He represented a school in Accra when we were having the games, the tertiary games. Yes, he's one of the very good basketball players on campus
and the school could, I mean, because
he wasn't able to get help.
But he was going for tournament in the name of the school.
The name of the school. He went. I think even the very last year he was in the house. They called him and he has to go in the name of the school. And when he came
even
back,
when he has withdrawn.
When he has withdrawn. So when he came back, that was when he had a physical interaction with. I think one student from Tech introduced him to Tech coach, and they are trying to get something for him to be a student there and play with them. So I think that even sports here is really down.
It's really low. I think our institutions has to beef up sporting when it comes to other disciplines as well. Because I know in other sectors or in other, let's say the Western world, they even go to the extent of boxing, even swimming and all that. But in our jurisdiction, we don't have such. We only pay attention to football and basketball. You get it.
And there are so many sports. There are so many. I have a friend who is also into handball. He's also on campus. See, you have to factor all these kind of minor sports and also get it involved in the sporting activity.
Let's talk about your achievement in mini golf.
Great.
As of the years you've played mini golf till now, what are some of the achievements you've shot?
Okay, so now before mini golf, let me say, so because of what I achieved in 2012, 2013.
Okay, that was
in the golfing industry. Sure. 2013, I was the best junior golfer in Ghana. And so when I came
the whole of the nation,
best junior golfer in Ghana, the whole of the nation. And coming into mini golf to in 2019, mini golf in 2019, I was the best mini golfer in Africa.
2019.
Just last year. Yes, the best mini golfer in Africa. Wow. So we had the African Cup of Nations in Accra. Ghana had a chance to host it. It was supposed to be hosted in South Africa, but Ghana had a chance to host it. And I told myself, I have to win this. And I won. And I also led Ghana. I didn't lead Ghana, but I was part of the very key people to lead Ghana to also win the championship.
So Ghana won the championship.
Yes.
The mini golf championship.
Yes.
That was hosted. Yes. So it's like a host and win sort of.
Yes, it was a host and win. The probability of you winning when it's on in your country is very high.
Okay.
Because you know the grounds.
Okay. Yes. You've been using that
particular grounds for so
okay.
long. So that is one thing. So and also in 2016. So now let's start from 2016. In 2016 I was appointed as the sports director for the Ghana Mini Golf Federation, and now I'm the youngest sports director in the sports stadium. Yes, because when you go to football, we have the sports director of Ghana Football Federation. And when you go to basketball, there's a sports director. And in mini golf, I'm the sports director of Ghana Mini Golf Federation. And I'm the youngest sports director in the sport area in Ghana. Yes.
Okay, so let's say you are the youngest sporting director in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a great achievement.
I'm
poised to ask how old are you?
I'm 23, 24. I'll get 24 this year in December.
In December,
yes,
24 in December.
24. Yeah.
My sweetheart watching, it's not too late. And it's neither too early to say that it's too early to start certain things. Start something. I mean, if Enoch Nyarko, as we all know him to be Tiger, picking a name from Tiger Woods, which we are hoping someday will be the next Tiger Woods.
Someday.
He started small, being a caddy, and today he's the youngest sports director in Ghana. Not just a mere appointment, international appointment. And you can do same. Start from that scratch, start from that small place, then you get there, and you'll be surprised and amazed at your own self that you've come this far. But don't forget also that Pep Fresh you got to buy and lunch is right here calling on you to come. Let them refresh you. Let them give you that sweet and wonderful tasting yogurt that you can never ever forget. You can call them for your weddings, your parties. Any occasion of yours that you need them to come serve there. They are ready and available to come serve. Also, this show is supported by OS Fast Food. OS Fast Food has everything meal. You can order your meal. They do deliveries. You can get meal from morning down to late in the night. You can get OS Fast Food to come serve you or deliver a meal to you. Partido Beauty Salon also takes care of your makeups and everything that comes with beauty for weddings, for parties, for photo shoots, anything. Kakigraphy is in Tema, and they are ready to take you to any location of yours for that wonderful photo shoot. Also, Catering Bespoke. Catering Bespoke has a wonderful package, and this is what they're saying. They say you don't need to walk into their location before they have to measure you and touch all those things. They don't want to do that. Professionally, they are saying just take a picture of yourself.
Wow.
Send it to them via their lines or WhatsApp or email. I'll share that with you. Just send it to them. If you have a style of choice, add it to it. If not, they are ready to give you a wonderful one. And just by that picture, they are going to dress you, sew the apparel, and send it to you. And you're going to love it. So Catering Bespoke says it's working, and let them dress you. We're continuing this discussion, and we are going to the motivating factor with Mr. Nyarko. What these years that you've been into mini golfing, or from where you started from, what has been that one motivation that you've been working with, or what has been your inspiration?
Great. So now starting this game, my motivation has been with one professional golfer named Thomas Vincent. He's a Ghanaian professional golfer, and he has been my source of motivation. And Tiger Woods, in the world aspect, also has been my source of motivation and inspiration. These are people that I look up to, and when I listen to how they started and how they got into where they are, I feel like I need to also do something.
Okay.
That is it.
If you had the chance all these years to change one thing you did in golfing, what would it be?
If I had a chance to change...
If you have the chance now to go back into your life,
Yep.
and change one particular thing, let's say one particular challenge you had in golfing that up to now hasn't been okay with you, what would it be?
Okay, I think then that is going to be starting a little bit earlier.
Well, you would have waited.
Starting a little bit earlier. Now I started around 2012.
Was it not early? Because considering your age, is that not early?
It's early, but it's not earlier. Because see, I have this friend called Samba. He's from Senegal.
Okay.
He started around 3 years, and he's now a professional golfer. Tiger Woods started around 2 years or 1 year. He started playing golf 1 year. So now one thing that the international does and we don't do is that now they send them to academy very early, and we would just start playing, caddying, and we now fall in love with the game. I think I should have started a little bit earlier. That's one thing that I think
you would have changed.
Yes, I would have changed.
And what is one thing also that always you remember and you feel like I would never part from golf?
One thing that when I remember, I think I would never part from golf. Now, one main reason that I think I will never part from the game of golf because the game is for it's a respected game. It's for gentlemen, and I've been able to meet and get in touch with so many big dignitaries. And so now that is something that always makes me feel like, no, I always need to be on the golf course.
Well, what on the international front? Are you you've met people on the international level?
Yeah, international level, I've been able to meet some of the top mini golfers, and also even the world president of the World Mini Golf Federation is called Zimmerman. Yes, and also the sports director of the World Mini Golf, whom I personally chat because I'm also a sports director. So we have this kind of conversation. It's called Mr. Passy. I was able to meet them when I was in China. We had so much nice conversations about how to also improve mini golfing in Africa.
In Africa.
Yeah.
You mentioned Croatia, you mentioned China. Any other country you've gone through because of mini golf?
So now this year I was supposed to be in Austria. That was I think last 2 months or last month. But because of the coronavirus, things started shutting down. It's because of coronavirus they canceled the tournament to hopefully next year. And in 2017 I went to Croatia. In 2018, 2019 I missed 3 international tournaments because of visa issues. Yeah, because when I started playing, I want to use this platform to also tell my sports guys something that they shouldn't be doing. Changing of age, changing of names, yeah, those things have problems, challenges. Okay. Because when I was playing golf, I had a chance to go to Nigeria one of the years, and they were like, they want someone who is below 18 years. And I would have been 18 years a month after, like.
Okay, at that moment you weren't 18.
I weren't 18, but on the very time, on the date for the competition, by that time I would be 18 years. So I wouldn't be a qualified player to.
Okay.
I have to change my documents.
Okay.
You see, so I had to change because I didn't want to lose that chance. You understand? So that is one thing that I did, and now it's having problems when I'm going to travel.
Have you changed it back?
Yes, now I'm working on changing those stuff. Yes, I've changed.
But wouldn't it affect whatever achievement you had earlier with that name change?
So now,
the age change.
So now, since 2017, I think since 2017 when I started mini golf, I think that was golf. When I started mini golf, I started with the right one. So now I have this right age and right name since 2017.
Okay, as a new champion mini golf now.
Yes, yes.
But before was in the golf terrain.
Yeah. Golf. Everybody wanted to travel because now let's say someone is going to sponsor you to travel. You see. I think the man who was going to sponsor us to go to Nigeria was Honorable Usui Japan. He was once a politician in the NPP terrain. Yeah, so he was like, Enoch Nyarko, Edoko Nigeria, and the 12 flights, Yama manager, the 12 we am away. I knew I wasn't qualified. I had to go back and change everything because when I go and I don't qualify, they won't allow me to play. So I have to change everything. And
what happened in that tournament?
It was massive, but even though Nigeria won, but it was really massive. I had my first. That was my first. I don't know. I wouldn't say international, but let's say international.
It is out of Ghana.
It's international. Okay, that means it's international.
Out of Ghana is international.
Okay, so it was really massive. I won my competition. I won my slots, my tournament. Okay. But Ghana lost to Nigeria. Yes.
Okay.
Whenever they come to Ghana, they lose. We go there, we lose. So that is something that nobody has been able to break there.
Okay. I think that monopoly is still.
Yeah.
Because you know your pitches very well.
Yes.
Okay, I guess that. Wonderful viewers, we've been talking to Mr. Enoch, who is a professional mini golfer and also a comedian who is rising to the ladders of excellence. Yeah. And it's been a wonderful discussion. And I also see we're coming to the end of the discussion, and so therefore I want you to give your final words to my viewers. Look at them, tell them I would say tell them, share your motivational word with them. That anyone watching, any viewer watching us now, should they be down? Should they feel everything isn't right? Should they feel nobody's helping? Because with your story, initially you were it's not even family that took so much care of you. It was some help through being a caddy that you came to meet this help that have brought you this far. What is that motivation for my viewer?
Okay, so I'll say a very big thank you to you. So now one thing that I'll always say to anybody I meet or any friends that I come across is the word give up isn't an option. Yes, the word giving up isn't an option.
I like
now,
that.
one thing that always motivates me is the fact that wherever somebody has reached, I can reach there. You see, when I see somebody being a great person or making it to the top, I see myself that it's not too late to do what? To give up. I have to also do what? Move on. And one thing is that if you don't start something, you won't be on top.
You have to start something.
You have to start something. You don't start to be great. You don't have to become great to start. You have to start and be great. So you need to start something. You need to start something. And at the long run, your helpers will also shift in. Now, I think there's this local saying that says that yeah. So don't expect to get a helper when you are starting. I've been meeting some friends who be like, bro, sponsorships. What have you do that you need a sponsor?
Yes.
You need to get something. So if you are that type of person who is into sports and you want sponsorship, you need to start doing something. Start doing something. Make some achievement, a little achievement. Sponsors are looking for achievement. I remember when I went to UMB, they asked me, so what are you going to do to us when we get you on board? And I started spitting that this and this, I've been able to achieve this and this, and I'm going to be the brand. So I'm going to, my golf class, my costumes, my whatever is going to be by the name of the club.
Okay.
So now if you are not able to show them something, evidence, they will see that they are going to waste their money. So I always tell you that start something, because when you start something, you'll be great.
So start something, and when you start something, you will be great. But I like this thing he said, you don't be great to start,
you start to be great.
Keep this word with you, and we will come your way once again next week. I've been your host, and my name is Enoch Nyarko, and I say thank you to our guest, who is Mr. Enoch Nyarko. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We are so much grateful to have you share your story with us. I believe there is more. Some other day we will bring you on board.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And before I go, I want to say a very big thank you to you and also your crew for this amazing opportunity.
Thank you.
And also, I want to also tell my viewers that there's this particular comedian they should go and look after, and I think you need to bring him here.
Okay.
Comedian Heavens.
Comedian Heavens. Okay.
Good. So
okay.
He recently did a video. The title of the song is Gobe. He's the president for Gobe currently, and he has got an endorsement from that of comedian. Which comedian? This top comedian. Even Mebu Sam has endorsed him, and this comedian who talks like JJ Wallace, what's his name? Shares has also endorsed him. Yes, I was in his video, and the video is going to be released hopefully next week, and it's really amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, so for all the Gobe fans here, you need to go and look at that.
If you love Gobe, the Heavens is there for you. Let's all push the youth. Let us all help ourselves as youth and then grow up there. That is why the Rising Youth is here. I'm also giving you an opportunity. If you're a rising youth, if you're a youth out there and you're doing great in your sector and you want to be heard, you can contact us and then we will give you that opportunity to come on the show, share your story, and let the world get to know of you. All too soon, we've come to the end of the show, and I've been your host. My name is Enoch Albert, and we've been here, Pep Fresh Yogurt Bar and Lounge. You can contact Pep Fresh Yogurt Bar and Lounge on these very numbers for your weddings, for your parties, for all locations. You can contact Pep Fresh on 0540-680-222. I take it again, 0540-680-222, and Pep Fresh will be there to serve you. We've come to the end of this discussion. Be motivated, start something, and you will be great. Have a wonderful time. We'll come to you again next week, and it is bye for now.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without